up? Peace and blessings. I'm Jovhannah, the spiritual love healer, and today I want to talk about something that needs to be released in 2020. So I was just sitting down doing a quick reading and thought this would be something worth sharing, as it's been coming up in a lot of relationships that relationship conversations basically that I'm having. So before I get started, let me just introduce myself and welcome you to the series where we are tuning into the frequency of love by talking about ways to release, what to release, how to release, and also we'll be talking about ways to welcome love into our lives. So I'm Jovhannah, also known as the spiritual love healer. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, spiritual coach, and healer, really helping women to shift their heart set and mindset when it comes to love, dating, and relationships so that you can manifest and magnetize the love that you desire and that you deserve. So something that I am hearing quite frequently is going with the flow with a relationship. And it kind of irritates me because certain things, yes, they do flow. But there are times where you need to know in what direction you are flowing and where is this direction of flow going. So if we think about a stream that flows into a river, that flows into another body of water, that flows into another body of water, and eventually it reaches some sort of waterfall and then flows into another body of water, right? And eventually gets to the ocean and the water circulated everywhere all around. Going with the flow can be chaotic, it can be confusing, and messy. Not to say that there are not times when we can go with the flow, but in the context of a relationship, that's generally not very healthy. And the reason being is going with the flow, especially assuming that there are no set intentions, that there is no clear boundary or framework for this relationship. What direction is it going in? Where, what are your intentions? Are your needs being met? Are you happy and able to accept the flow, accept not knowing, accept assuming that you both are on the same page and both are going in the same direction with the same relationship goals. And so when we think about our relationships in 2020, it's very important to be intentional. I pulled a few cards that I'm going to discuss. I didn't know why I pulled them, but now that I'm talking, I think I can share them and it's pretty relevant. So in 2020, we need to be intentional with our relationships, with our time, with our energy, with our money, with our life. And being intentional about yourself also means that you are surrounding yourself with people who are also intentional about you. And I'm sure that you've realized in life that not everybody has good intentions for you. Some people do have negative intentions. Some people, seek to be in your life because of whatever benefits they may gain from it. And then there are people that seek to be in your life because they truly desire to be in your company. They value you and they see the relationship as something valuable. So being intentional means that you are not allowing people to play with you in a way. And when I hear people say that they just want to go with the flow within a relationship, I feel like that's playing with people. Because there's no clarity there's no clarity, there are no intentions, and so you may wind up wasting your time. And that's not to say that going with the flow can't lead somewhere, but what if it doesn't? To me, that's the same energy as potential. And I talked about potential in a blog post that I wrote, like, stay away from potential. Stay away from men who just want to see where things can go, from men who want to just go with the flow, because that means they don't have any true intentions when it comes to you. Now, granted, that man may also be in a space of hurt. He might really be, unsure, not wanting to put himself out there. But at some point, that's where communication comes in. That's where, it's important, again, to state intentions, to communicate and say, well, I was hurt in the past, but I really like you and I would like to, to date. But I'm afraid that I will get my heart broken again, right? But that is so hard to say. So instead, we're just like, whatever, I'm going to just go with the flow, see where things lead, la, 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 la. And like I said, that is just potential. The relationship has potential, right? All relationships, all connections, you can say have potential. But potential is nothing unless it is acted upon. So like they say, an object at rest stays at rest. An object at motion, it's in motion, right? And so if that object or your relationship is at rest, where is it going? You don't know because there are no intentions. You just have the potential of something that might happen because you're going with the flow. And you don't know which way it's flowing, which is why, again, it's just confusing and messy. And it's also devaluing in a way. So I really want you to, in 2020, really think about intentionality when it comes to dating and when it comes to relationships. And I think that requires also a little bit of flexibility. It requires tuning in and listening to your gut, listening to your inner wisdom, stopping before, we sign ourselves up for some BS, stopping to take a breath and to tune into your body and feel like, does this feel right with me? Am I feeling uncomfortable? Does this feel warm and loving? Is this the feeling that I really want? And clearing away the past, like we've been talking about that, about releasing, writing down all of the things that you need to release, writing down and really visualizing the things that you wish to welcome into your life. And this is something that I have been doing very frequently as December comes to an end. It's really like, what am I releasing? What am I releasing and what am I welcoming in its place? What new habits am I incorporating in my life? What relationships no longer need to grow? What new relationships do I need to cultivate? And being intentional about it is very important. So if you're single and you want to start dating, be intentional about dating. Be intentional about the type of men that you want to date. If you've been dating and you kind of want to take things serious, make that your intention. Have the conversations that need to take place, but don't waste your time, because what I'm feeling is that the more you allow people to play with you, to mistreat you, to devalue you, the more you're being chained to your past, the more your energy is slipping into like past energy, and you're not allowing yourself to really open to love, because love is going to see you and call you out. Love isn't going to see you and be like, well, I'm going to see where it goes. What? Nobody gets in their car to go to a destination that is unfamiliar to them and just hops on the highway and starts driving and be like, well, I'm going to just see where this road goes. You get in your car, you pull up, the maps on your phone, or you plug the address into your GPS. So now you have a guide, like, okay, this is the direction that I'm going in. You don't just go with the flow. And so when you think about it like that, if people can be that intentional about getting to their destination, then they need to be that intentional when it comes to relationships. Potential, And just seeing where things go and going with the flow invites in confusion and chaos. And that is the opposite of what it is that, you know, I want you to experience. I want you to be able to truly call in. I'm sorry, you probably hear Savvy, she's playing. Being intentional about being around people who are intentional about you is going to be very important, because you want to get clear of the past so that you can allow your heart to welcome in love. If you are still stuck in potential energy, if you're stuck in, well, you know, we've been seeing each other off and on for 3 years and I don't really know what it is, you know, these situationships or these, you know, make up to break up relationships that are keeping you stuck, versus allowing you to move on and really open your heart to love. And that's what this tuning into the frequency of love is all about, is helping you to get clear from your past, to get out of love limbo and really get into the energy of love, because settling is something that we can no longer afford to do. But, you know, time is moving forward. Life is moving forward. Where do you want your life to be next year? So at this time next year, do you want to be experiencing the same situations? Do you want to have the same person in your life who toys with your emotions, who's not showing up for you, who's not intentional about you? Or do you want to invite someone in that you can make new memories, new experiences with, who is going to honor you, who is going to value you, who is going to befriend you and support you, and all of these other beautiful things? And it is possible, and that's something that I'm going to talk about in another video, to experience love, to experience being with a man who can support you emotionally is possible. But what I'm feeling is that so many women who have had such toxic relationships that it seems almost unreal. It seems almost impossible to be able to experience a deep, meaningful, loving connection with someone else. And so that's what spiritual love is all about, shifting, getting you out of that what I like to call fake love, out of, you know, the love that's been watered down and washed out and all of that, to really get you back into what the energy of love is all about. So if that sounds good for you, I would love to support you in my Spiritual Love Intensive to really help you shift your heart and mind, to help you clear out the old hurts and really start to welcome love in, no matter where you are on your journey. Whether you are just like, you know what, next year I'm going out there and I'm going to start dating, I'm going to attract a mate. Or if you're someone who's like, you know, 2019 was rough, my heart is in shambles, we can get you back to a place of wholeness, of inner peace and love. Head over to thespirituallovehealer.com/intensive and check it out. I would be so honored to hold space for you and to support you in your growth, your healing, and your joy. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.